G'day, let's have a look at this iPhone shock toy. This just looks like a normal iPhone, and from a distance you really wouldn't be able to tell it apart. From a normal one, it weighs a lot less than an actual iPhone. It is really light. And what it is when you go to press that home button, I just did it, you press it and it just gives you a zap. So it zaps you through the fingers. So it's got this little contact on the outside, and I think this bottom bit here is metallic as well. So as long as you're making contact with that, it'll zap you through. And then I think it's got these side buttons here. So it's got just a red laser pointer for when you need a laser pointer, and there's a little LED on the front here. I guess it's the flash for the camera. But have a close-up look at that. You can see that the writing isn't all that terribly clear, a little bit smudged down the bottom. This metal plate's a bit off, but from the front it actually looks pretty good. The screen's pretty clear. It does have a little thing in there. It is just plastic, obviously it's not actual glass. But that's it. So when I got this, there was already batteries inside. I didn't have to do anything to it, so I assume it'd just be a small battery, and I think it probably just clips open from the side here. So the screen there would just separate. So let's see if we can get it open. So it does actually have a few screws underneath that little plastic screen that just peels off pretty easy. It's got 3 holes there, but only 1 screw in the center there, so probably a cost-saving method. Alright, so that comes off there. Yeah, it's got more screws on the side here, so to peel this off, I won't be able to get this back on nicely, but it wasn't expensive, so let's break it, I guess. Alright, there we go. So that's the screen that just peels off. Just a cheap adhesive on the back that holds it together. Alright, and then so we've got a whole bunch of holes, but there's really only 5 screws holding it together. This one, these 2, and these 2. So I'll undo them and we can have a look inside. This is just a little plastic cover that just pops right off. Nothing special to it. And then that's all that's inside. Alright, so this little button just pops out, but this is just going to be conductive coating on the side, and then just a little spring on the bottom, so it actually provides that little bit of pressure down here when you actually press it, and then it springs back. Okay, and then inside there's really not that much to it. We've got, this will be the little laser module out the front. So this button here just goes straight to it, and as you press it, that laser turns on there. And then just a LED, so it looks like just a probably 5mm LED. And again, just another button that goes to it and turns that on. We've got a little set of button cell batteries in here, so it just looks like 4 of them. They'll probably be 1.5 volts. There you go, that just pops right out. So LR41. And those batteries just power everything. So then down the bottom here, we're just going to have a little transformer. So this is what it'll be doing the actual zapping. So it'll step up the voltage probably to a couple of thousand volts, but very low current. And as that runs through you make a contact, you complete that circuit, and it's that high voltage that zaps you. So I think, yeah, okay, so if I press that button, this button must actually be connected, connected to one side. So as this button turns on, it completes that circuit, and then this spring sits on the metal contact of that button, and then you kind of touch this down the bottom, which has this other connection to the other side of this little module in here. If we cut this open, we should just be able to see a whole bunch of little copper windings there. And it just has this little protective layer on the outside just to hold all that wire together. There we go. So, okay, I think I just cut it open too far, but there's all this little bit of copper, all this copper wire that spools around. I think it's in a iron core, and then it will just step that voltage up. but I think I may have just actually destroyed it by cutting a few of those out. Yeah, it doesn't actually work anymore. It doesn't zap me. So this would have just been all the way around, and it's extremely fine. Almost like hair. A little wire that'll step it up. But the laser and the light still work. There you go. So that's what's inside. Pretty much this is a one use. Once the battery does run out, you can't really take it apart. I mean, maybe you could have heated the screen up, and then so the adhesive would loosen, and then take it off and then undo it and swap this out. But also, if this just gets used very little for pressing for a bit of a fun thing, it's probably not going to deplete the battery all that quickly. So there we go. That's what's inside a shocking iPhone. Thanks very much for watching and have a great day.